It's chapstick, it's not lipstick. Stop being weird. Hey everyone, welcome to the 4th edition of GUG Recommends, the show where every Friday we recommend you new movies, games, TV shows, music, whatever. Stuff that's clean, stuff that you probably haven't heard of, or if you have, you just never checked out. And that's what we're here for. We want to recommend to you new stuff to check out. So, let's begin. First thing I recommend is Left Behind. I recommend renting it, not owning it. If you like it when you rent it, then own it, obviously. But I recommend renting it before just going out and just taking my word and buying it. As I said before, don't just take my word for everything.
Here's some other books that you might like, but you don't have to take my word for it.
Thank you, LeVar Burton. That was very kind of you. Left Behind, I personally like it. I love the books though, so I'm a little bit biased. But I will say it's definitely worth a rental. Nicolas Cage is in it. He doesn't have any Nicolas Cage freakouts. Unfortunately, I think that'd be kind of cool. You know, rapture happens, Nicolas Cage like goes crazy. That'd have been awesome. But other than that, it was a pretty good movie. I'm looking forward to the sequel. There is going to be a sequel, so you might as well check out the first one. It's production quality. I would say everything's better than the original Kirk Cameron movie, except for it doesn't follow the novel as well as the Kirk Cameron original. But overall, it's a better movie. That's not really saying much because Kirk Cameron one wasn't that great in my opinion, but some people like it. So yeah, definitely rent Left Behind. Next up is Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. It's a really good platformer. Let's just leave it at that. Well, let's not. It's better than the new Super Mario Bros. U. It's better than new Super Mario Bros. Wii. It's better than any Mario Bros. 2D platformer in my opinion. Though it isn't better than the 3D ones. I prefer the 3D Mario games. It is more challenging, in a good way, than the Mario Brothers games. Mario Brothers is more for like everyone. Donkey Kong Country is more for the experienced, the people who know or have been playing video games for a while and are good at platformers. But it's definitely not for the, I just bought a Wii U, let's get Donkey Kong. No, play the Mario games first, because this is going to challenge you. And it's going to make you want to throw your controller sometimes, but never because the game is cheap and unfair, just because you failed, and you know you did. And you're like, well, geez, I gotta redo it. I gotta do it again. I gotta beat this. It's a really good game. Last we have is the new Answers book. This is the first book, but it's a series of 4, and I recommend, well, I personally prefer the first 3, as the 4th one gets really scientific, and I'm not really much for science, but if you like science, then the 4th one's probably going to be your favorite. But there's 4 of these as of right now. They're by Ken Ham, who's in charge of like AnswersInGenesis.org and the Creation Museum. Probably heard of it. But anyways, these books, this book in particular, but all these books, answer many questions you might have about stuff in the Bible and about the earth and whatnot. About creation and evolution in the Bible, it says. Over 25 questions on this one. The second book has like 30. And the third book has 35 questions, and then the 4th book's back to 30, because they get really scientific and they need the space. But, so like some of the questions that the book brings up is there really a God? Couldn't God have used evolution? Cain's wife, who was she? Could God really have created everything in 6 days? Stuff like that. Stuff that I personally find really interesting. Some people don't care, or they already know the answers. You know, they don't really want to get in depth on this stuff. To me, this is really interesting. You know, what really happened to the dinosaurs. And it uses the Bible and it uses science to show you the answers to these questions. It's not just the world's views, as it uses the Bible, which I find really interesting, because if the Bible is God's word, then that's what we should take as truth. And that's what they do, and they answer your questions with it. So I hope you liked the 4th episode of GUG Recommends. Hopefully I can get a different writer or someone to do this, because otherwise you're going to be getting a lot of recommendations like this, where it's like Nintendo, and you're going to be like, oh, no Xbox, no PlayStation? Oh, fanboy. Shush. I had a 360 and a PS4, so We're going to need a new writer if you want different game recommendations. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. And check us out at geeksundergrace.com. These GUG Recommends videos are every Friday. So subscribe so you can keep up. We have a few other regular running shows on the channel, but this one's my personal favorite because it's been just me so far.